Hey guys, it's Bob. Welcome once again to Modern Life for the 70s Mind. I hope you're all having a great day. I am over here. We're still a little bit after that Christmas rush. We got this little lull right now, so I'm able to go downstairs and hopefully record a few reactions for you guys. What I wanted to do between Christmas and New Year's, at least as much as I can, is to look back because I've been doing videos, I think, 9 months now, something like that. I wanted to kind of look back and revisit a couple of the songs that I thought were really impactful to me and songs that I really enjoyed, or maybe it was just artists that I was really excited to get to know. So, what I'm going to do today is Aurora, and the song is It Happened Quiet. This was only, I think, the eighth song that I had ever reacted to. So I didn't know a lot. I was very green. And not that I know a lot what I'm doing now, but I had no clue what I was doing back then. And if there was one song that just completely drew me in on the basis of the song tied in with the presentation of it, it would have to be It Happened Quiet, period. I walked away from reacting to that song in almost like a zombie state. I was shocked by how powerful it was and how amazing Aurora sang and performed it. As I mentioned before, I had no choice but to go online after reacting to the song, and this is a true story, and start searching when is Aurora going to come to Chicago area because I wanted to see her live. I was that impacted by her. Luckily, timing was perfect, and I believe tickets had just gone on sale. So I was able to get concert tickets, and like, was it a month or so, 2 months later, I was able to see her live in concert that I was just so excited about. And needless to say, the concert was nothing short of just crazy good. And I think one of my reactions, I even posted a little clip of the concert, which was just wonderful. Now, regarding the song itself, my thoughts on the song have changed a little since I first reacted to it. Some by my listening to the song many times, and some by your comments. I'll discuss that probably in a little more detail as we get into the song. I'm not going to go overboard on trying to interpret the lyrics because I feel the song as a whole, not just the lyrics, the song as a whole is just amazing. So I don't want to get too wrapped up in trying to figure out what Aurora is exactly saying here, but I will give you some thoughts. So, all right, let me get my headphones on and we're going to look at this again. Hold on. Okay, we are back. This is really new for me. I've never reacted to a song I already reacted to. But like I said, there were just certain songs that just impacted me so significantly that I just thought it would be fun to kind of take a look back at them and kind of get some updated comments from you guys. I think that would be interesting as well. So, okay, so here is Aurora singing It Happened Quiet. Just love this song. I really do. Here we go.
Ice blue and hollow as it rains against their will, feathers falling out of a pillow, as if time is standing still, and I can't remember much more, but I know it happened quiet, so quiet.
Wow.
Words falling out through the window. All that remains is a silent call. Is the earth colored red as I land like a flower on the meadow? Oh, love is wild.
Okay, that's a good place to stop, I guess. Got my cord all wrapped here. When I first heard this song, I kind of thought like she was singing about something she had experienced and she was kind of like reliving it. But as I said in my introduction, after listening to this song, I can't even tell you how many times I've listened to it, and reading the comments, I'm kind of questioning that now. Maybe she, instead of actually this singing about something she experienced personally, maybe it was something she witnessed or somehow found out about, something that might have just impacted her significantly. When she sings, and I do have the lyrics here, when she sings, words falling out through the window, all that remains is a silent call. I just love that line. And for a long time, I was trying to figure out what that would mean. Um, to me, maybe the words falling out through the window, maybe whoever is involved in this situation is crying out and the words kind of just go out the window and nobody hears it. And maybe that's why all that's left is like a silent call. It doesn't go anywhere. No one hears it. And the whole "it happened quiet" line could actually kind of tie into that, or maybe it just means that no one ever spoke about what apparent abuse or whatever it was that was going on. So I just kind of think all those lines really tie in together, and I'm not convinced that it involves her firsthand. I am a believer, and I should say this on every video that I react to. I'm a believer that it's good to interpret songs how they make sense to you. And you know what? How they impact you or how they make sense to you may be not what the artists envisioned about this song when they first wrote it, but that's okay. That's kind of the beauty of music. There's songs I remember growing up that in my mind, they meant something probably completely opposite from what the actual song was, but because that's how I chose to interpret the song, it impacted me significantly. So I think same with this song, and especially with a lot of Aurora songs. I don't think they're black and white. There were a couple, but not many. There aren't many songs like you can read the lyrics and say, okay, this is clearly what she meant. I think she enjoys kind of leaving things open for interpretation. And I think that's pretty evident. And as a side note, like I said in the first time I reacted to this song, I love how she says the word pillow. I don't know why. That's just one of the first things that really attracted me to Aurora. The smallest things sometimes. Okay, let's keep going.
You fell apart like a stone can be broken into sand. A thousand pieces spread across a crying land, and you can't remember that day, but you know it happened quiet, so quiet.
Oh, come on. I think this is the most emotional part of the song right there. There's some really good parts, but the way she shakes and she's bouncing and she's looking around like, is there anybody out there that can help me, or is somebody out there that's listening to me? She's like looking around. I just think it's so impactful. And I think it was more than just that part. I think she kind of works into it. And maybe what I'll do is I'll make a little clip here and play that back so I can see what I'm talking about before she gets into that shaking part and whatever it is that she's envisioning in her mind at the time. She kind of works up to her because you start seeing her hands just starting to build up and her fingers starting to move. You knew something important was going to happen. So what I'll do is when I produce this, I will put that part in, and I'll put it in right here so you can see it. Here it is.
And you can't remember that day, but you know it happened quiet, so quiet.
Okay, so that was that. All right, let's keep going. This is really, really, really good. Here we go.
Words falling out through the window. All that remains is a silent call. Is the earth colored red as I land like a flower on the meadow? Oh, love is wild.
Oh, I love this. I need to stop there. I'll back it up if you want. I don't care. I want to talk just for a second about, I think you pronounce her name Celia. And I'm going to say that because I've listened to Simon and Garfunkel since I was a young kid. And they had a song called Cecilia. And parts of the song, they just called her Celia. So I think since Celia is it derives from Cecilia, I'm going to go with Celia. So now you know. Um, wow, these two just pair. Can I say that? Perfectly. You know how wine can pair with food? Aurora and Celia just pair perfectly. What we just heard there was beautiful. It was angelic. It was heavenly. And like I said, it always reminded me this part of the Lord of the Rings when they were in the forest with all the wood elves or whatever they were called. And what's amazing to me is Celia's voice is higher than Aurora's here. It's really, really clear that they know each other's styles and that they sing together really kind of like one body, just perfect harmony. If you want to know what harmony means, look it up in the dictionary. You'll find this cut from this song. And I also loved what made it even more impactful was that they stopped the guitar completely. The strings weren't even vibrating at the point, and they just let their voices take it over. And I didn't notice it until just now. There was a part when it was really quiet, you could hear the floor creaking, and I just love that. I always picked it up at the end of the song. I never really picked it up, and maybe I only picked it up because I was really paying attention to the sound in the headphones, but I never really picked up on that. And I don't know why I like that sound, but it just makes it more raw. It's just I don't know. Anyways, okay, let's keep going. I think I'm going to play this to the end. I think I'm abusing you guys enough here. So here we go. We're going to let this play out. I'll back it up just a little bit. All right.
Are your dreams as dead as they seem? Are your dreams as dead as they seem? Don't you speak over my voice.
I love that.
I will return from the shadows and I bleed in your bed. Turn it red like the ground outside your window. Oh, love is wild.
Wow.
Love is wild. Love is wild.
I just love the sound of that creaking wood. um, just after the last stop with the woos, we'll call it the woo stop, they did continue that beautiful harmony with the lyrics that they were singing. So it was kind of nice. It wasn't just this quick spot of harmonizing while they were singing the woos, but they continued that into the words, which was nice. A few things here I want to mention. The changes from the head voice to the chest voice in this second part here was such a wonderful impact of the song. I didn't hear that earlier in the song, and honestly, I've never really heard that earlier in the song. But when she did that, she was going from her chest voice to her head voice. It just made everything such more impactful. It made you stop and listen a little bit more. And when she sings, this is probably the second most emotional part of the song. When she sings "Love Is Wild," and it's like she's melting or succumbing to something in some way. I would love to know when she was doing that, what she was thinking about, what was on her mind, what made her react at that in that way. It was just wow. It shows you how emotionally invested she was in this song. And again, that creaking floor. Uh, and I'll tell you why, and I do have a reason why I like it, I think. And I'm sure that this was never intended by anybody, but since I believe it, I'm going to go with it. That creaking floor obviously is like wood, and I love wood, so that probably helps a little bit. But to me, it ties in with the words falling out through the window, because windows are normally made of wood. So to me, it's kind of a tie-in. The wood almost kind of brings me to the place where this event was taking place. So, okay, that's just me. Take it for what it's worth. All right, let me get my headphones off, and I'll be back for my final thoughts. I hope you guys enjoyed hearing this. I really did. Okay, hold on. And we are back. Wow, just reacting to that song just brought back so many memories, because I know when I did it, I was so incredibly nervous. When I first started doing these reaction videos, like I said, I had no idea what I was doing. I really didn't even know much of the software I was dealing with. I was just hoping I was getting it right. And to have that, to have a camera looking at you, it doesn't sound like it'd be a big deal. But for someone my age, it's really weird. It's not something that we grew up with. You know, if we wanted to find someone, we didn't call someone up on a phone. We just went out and found them. And that's the way it was. And times have changed, haven't they? Wow. So this was, like I had mentioned, one of my first 10 videos that I did. And three of those songs I can think of right off the top of my head, that it's crazy that these were within my first 10, because they were so good. One was Disturbed, singing Sounds of Silence. I'm hoping to do a revisit on that one this week too, if I can get to it. That song was crazy. Then a song that completely changed my world was Home Free, singing Man of Constant Sorrow. I never had an ounce of interest in a cappella groups, period. I always thought of these old barbershop quartets, and although they were fun, if you were at a fair or something to see these guys walking around and singing, it was fun, but it was definitely nothing I would ever turn on my stereo or whatever it is you're listening to and want to listen to it. So that changed me. And the third would have been Aurora. She impacted me so significantly. I just never saw it coming. And like I said, I was so obsessed with her that I had to run out and get concert tickets. And that concert was just amazing. You really get to know, if you've been to a concert of hers, you'll know what I'm talking about. You really get to know her as a person. What a gentle and kind and caring soul she has. You really see that, and you feel it when she's singing to you and she's right in front of you talking about things. So let me just tie up a couple loose ends here before I totally lose all you guys here. I know I have a tendency to gamble. One is the funny thing is, I'm kind of getting Aurora, and in kind of almost in a weird way. The more I listen to this song or just her music in general, the more I start feeling my own hands starting to go and acting out some of these lyrics, especially with this song. I know some of the movements I do when I listen to the song are real similar to what she's doing, and I just find that kind of humorous in a way. One of my favorite lines, um, not only this song, but in a lot of songs. I mean, there aren't a lot of lines that really hit me. I just love this line. She says, "You fell apart like a stone can be broken into sand." That's falling apart. 1,000 pieces spread across a crying land. That was such an impactful statement, I thought. I love how she described that. And the important word on that section, the reason I'm bringing this up, is she has the word you. And remember earlier I said that I wasn't sure if she was singing about herself or if something she witnessed or heard about. This is why I feel she's definitely not singing about something she personally experienced, because she says you fell apart like a stone can be broken into sand. And I didn't catch that the first time I listened to this song. So when I first heard it, I think I kind of felt like she was singing more about something that she was reliving. And one more thing about Celia. I can't imagine Aurora pulling this song off as beautifully as she did without Celia's involvement. I hope I'm saying her name right. I'm pretty sure I am. The two of them created something just incredibly powerful here that it's hard, sometimes even hard to explain. I enjoy harmonies, especially more now that I've heard bands like Home Free and PTX and Voice Play and group people like that. Um, I really appreciate the a cappella parts of songs now, or just an entire a cappella song. I just find them really interesting because you really get to focus on the vocals and no other distractions from watching people play guitar or drums or something. Although I like that, don't get me wrong. Um, and hearing the two of them sing is just magic. I think somebody had mentioned in the comments that Celia is on her own now and she's no longer with Aurora. If that's true, that's really too bad because I would have loved to see those two sing together because they're just it's just beautiful. And is it just a coincidence or uh, because she sings "Is the Earth Colored Red"? And she also says in another part of the song, "And I'll bleed in your bed, turn it red." Is it a coincidence that she's wearing a red outfit? I'm just tossing that out there because whenever I hear her sing that, I focus on the outfit. I just think it kind of ties in. That's just me. So, all right, guys, did you enjoy this? I hope you did. Again, this song was just so impactful for me, and it wasn't just the song; it was the artist as well that really just drew me in. So, I hope it did the same to you. All right, guys, listen. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. And if you would click that notification icon, that would be great. That way I could find more people to thank. I don't know. It just helps me out. That's all I can say. All right, guys. Got to finish strong. That's what it's about. All right, guys. Peace out. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.